Now at 6, you've heard the name on our air, Cristobal Santana. He's been charged with attempted murder in a shootout that wounded an Illinois state trooper. He's also suspected but not charged in the murder of a Chicago teacher.
Tonight, we've learned the same man is accused of attacking another woman years earlier. CBS 2's Marissa Perlman is always investigating and has more on the pattern of violence dating back years.
She was afraid. I know she was. We can feel it.
She is Adriana Lopez's niece and wanted her identity concealed. But she also wanted to speak out for her aunt, who she says was living in fear of this man, her ex-boyfriend, Cristobal Santana. In September, just weeks before being murdered, Lopez went to Chicago police for help, filing this police report accusing Santana of attacking her.
She basically had the mindset of, I don't know what this man is capable of doing next.
And likely didn't know what he was accused of doing just 2 years earlier to another girlfriend, a woman named Erica in New Orleans, who also went to police for help. 2 women in 2 states accusing the same man of eerily similar attacks.
Yes, he has guns. He's been violent before.
We showed both police reports to Amanda Pyron, who heads the Network, a nonprofit that works with domestic violence survivors.
The patterns of violence are very similar, and that's what we often see in these cases, is that domestic violence increases in frequency and intensity over time.
In this New Orleans police report from 2021, Erica said Santana punched her in the left eye.
Officer Wiley observed the victim's eye to be red and swollen.
Before that attack, Erica told police Santana posted private pictures of her online and said he broke my arm. Then 2 years later, Lopez files this 2023 Chicago police report saying Santana punched her in her face twice and her ribs too. What these documents from both states also show, he wasn't prosecuted for either attack.
Because often when law enforcement officers respond to the scene of these incidents, they don't do anything.
Though he wasn't prosecuted in New Orleans, he was arrested. This report shows officers even took his handgun, a Glock. They kept it for months, but when he wasn't charged, they gave it back. It's unclear whether it's the same weapon then used in this shooting that seriously hurt State Trooper Dakota Chapman Green. Another similarity tying these women together, both filed for protective orders. Erica's was filed first. Her report goes on to say she and Santana have a documented history of domestic abuse in Chicago. So did Chicago police know about the New Orleans report? Police told us they have no records involving him.
There is a lot of, changes that could be made in systems nationally and locally that would prevent this. But unfortunately, without arrests, without prosecutions, especially domestic prosecutions, you're not going to have that paper trail.
There's something else there was no record of in Lopez's police report. No mention of Chicago officers ever questioning Santana. They simply told Lopez how to get a protective order.
You would think that they would question the person accused of causing harm.
What would your message be to law enforcement and prosecutors when you see these 2 reports involving the same man not prosecuted?
I think we can do better.
Well, Pyron and other advocates believe there should be a national database tracking domestic violence incidents like these. At 10 tonight, this case takes yet another chilling twist. We'll introduce you to a man who says he is the real Cristobal Santana and how he has been haunted by this suspect for years. Joe?
We'll look for that tonight at 10. Marissa, thank you.